Okay, hello friends, my name is Alivia Brown and I am currently a third-year undergraduate student at UCLA studying anthropology. And today I'm bringing to you a video breaking down the major requirements to get a BS in anthropology. Now last week I actually did a video on the requirements to do the BA, so if that's what you're interested in or that's what you're curious about, I'll have it linked so you can go check that out. But today we got the STEM science situation going, so let's get into it. So I'm going to do a screen recording because I find that that's the easiest way to explain these things, so I'm gonna do that really quick. So just like the BA in anthropology, I'm literally just gonna look up UCLA Anthropology BS Major requirements. Bachelor of Science right here, so you're gonna go ahead and click on that. And then you will have all the different information, so preparation for the major, the upper division courses. I actually don't really like the way that it's laid out on the website, so I'm gonna go down here and click on available PDF. Okay. So you have the UCLA Anthropology BS degree checklist. And again, if you're coming from the BA video, this looks very different than the BA major requirements. And the reason for that being is the preparation for the major is extremely long. So there's a lot of classes that you have to take before you can declare a BS in anthropology. So let's check it out. So first we've got this science of anthropology 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the numbers here also, I want to note, they aren't like the amount of classes you have to take, they're the title of that class. So this stands for Anthropology 1, Anthropology 2. And basically all this means is anthropology has 4 main subgroups. You probably are already familiar with this: cultural, linguistic, archaeological, and biological. I think I said them all. And in order to major in anthropology, you have to take a prerequisite in all of them. So that's what that stands for. And then we've got 4 more categories. There's life science, chemistry, math, and physics. Now this all looks extremely confusing and there's not actually like 10 classes you have to take for each. There is different paths that you could take. So to fulfill the life science credit, you could take life science 1 through 23L, or you can take the 7 series. And I'm actually pretty sure that at UCLA we don't have the like 1, 2, 3, 4 classes anymore, so it's just the 7 series. But for chemistry, math, and physics, I'm pretty sure this still like applies and is up to date. So you can kind of see there's a lot of prerequisites that you have to do before completing the BS in anthropology. I personally did the BA just because I don't really have a passion for physics or chemistry. I like them, but they're not like what I care about, and I don't necessarily want to go like the pre-med route or like the hard science research route either. So the BS didn't particularly serve me, and honestly it was the prerequisites that were kind of a deterrent for me. So you have more prerequisites, and then I'm going to scroll down to the like major specific coursework or the upper divisions, and it's actually less than the BA. It's not less by very much, but it is less. Okay, so let's go category by category. So first we have 1 course from each of the following anthro subfields. So we've got archaeology, biology, and linguistic. So if you look at these numbers in parentheses next to the different subjects, the UC system, and I think most colleges in general, actually have this like weird structure for classes where like archaeology classes are all the 110 classes and the biology classes are all the 120 classes. And there's a whole list of them that you can take, and this is basically a way to help students really distinguish like, oh, that counts for this requirement. So you have to take 1 from each of those in upper division units, which is just like in the 100s classes. And then if we scroll down, there's 2 sociocultural anthropology classes, and sociocultural anthropology is a really like core component to anthropology as a field. So it makes sense they're gonna have you take 2 classes in this versus 1 class in each of the other subcategories. An additional component to this as well is anthropology is a degree that's very focused on global understanding and global connection. So sociocultural anthropology is what gives you this. So it makes sense that there's going to be a lot of diversity in the classes that you have to take, and B, a focus on these sociocultural anthropology classes. So then we have 1 Anthro Regional Culture and Societies course, and then 1 Anthro History or Theories course. Now, if you watch the video on the BA, which is honestly like a good prereq video for this video, there's no method course requirement here, which I find really interesting. But the regional cultures class, essentially all that means is a lot of anthropology classes focus on one particular part of the world. So I am taking a class on societies in Central Asia right now, and that fulfills this requirement because it's looking at one region. But there's classes on Latin America, America or parts of Europe or China or wherever, and that should give you this requirement. And then we have one anthro history or theory course, and I really wish I could explain this better, but there's kind of just an odd mix of classes for what this is. It doesn't have to do with the subcategory necessarily, it has to do with like the actual content of the class. So like the history of anthropology could be technically in any of the subcategories, or theory in terms of like how anthropology is done also could be in any of the other subcategories. So there's this C list on back section where it basically gives you all of the different numbers that fulfill requirements for this. And then over here we have 2 upper division anthro electives. And all this really means is you get to choose any 2 other anthro classes that you want to take. So let's say you have an interest in archaeology, you could take just 2 archaeology, anthropology upper divisions for fun. And that's gonna give you the same amount of like requirements. It's gonna fulfill the same amount. Like basically you're gonna get everything checked off that you need to get checked off. So I'm gonna stop my screen recording really quick. So you probably noticed I went through the BS pretty quickly. If anything was confusing, it's likely I already explained it in the BA video, so feel free to check that out. If you have any anthropology related questions for me or UCLA questions for me, please let me know. I'm very active in the comment section. And the ultimate goal here is just to create this community of anthropologists together. I have some really exciting projects coming and ways to bring anthropology students together and really get the people watching involved in anthropology. So please let me know if you have any questions, and also let me know how you found this channel, if it was through UCLA or anthropology or whatever it is. I'm really curious, and yeah, exciting things coming. Stay safe in this global pandemic. You know what to do, and I will see you all next Sunday. Okay, bye.